Michael Granger, Treasurer, Public Relations, speaking at the press conference, has been planning for a long time. MP Egbert Doran. The letter is even very clear in terms of the direction. Natalie Tackling, Minister of Justice, St. Martin Group, conflicts can escalate quickly. State Secretary of Kingdom Relations, Eric Vanderburg, concludes. First part of Dutch Caribbean visit on St. Martin. From the island, St. Martin, this is SXM Daily News for April 10th, 2026. Michael Granger, Treasurer, Public Relations, speaking at the press conference, has been planning for a long time, for a year, to plan the first people that we reached out to in terms of planning the converter and dividing the first month's promoters. Being here about that night, for months already, and the work started really early on in assigning. You want to show that clearing those regulations will relieve the stress, and will never, but we are looking at the Carnival 55. We have an exciting lineup of artists.
About 2026, we celebrate 55 years, and NCDF has been planning for this for a long time. For a year, we've been planning. The first group of people that we reached out to in terms of planning Carnival 55, the first group were the promoters. So they knew about their night for months already, and the work started very early on in assigning nights, assigning dates, in making sure everybody is clear and all the little rules and regulations that they hate me to stress every now and then. But we are looking good for Carnival, and we have an exciting lineup of artists. We have top-notch, as usual. Carnival has world-renowned artists coming to our shows here in St. Martin, and it's just in time where all the promoters are putting their best foot forward, because the influx of people to this country, all the feedback we're getting we hear from all the promoters, all the hotel properties, tour operators, etc. The feedback has been incredible in terms of the amount of people coming to St. Martin for the 55th anniversary of Carnival. I want to compliment the tourist office and the minister for the extra effort that they put onto especially influencer marketing and online marketing. It is really paying off now. We're really seeing it every single day. We have more than 50 influencers from every corner of the earth coming to Carnival. We have from Japan, from Germany, Australia. Everybody has reached out to the Carnival Foundation. The US, of course, Europe, everybody's coming. And so we are very excited about what they're doing already before they even get here. They're doing a lot online, promoting the destination and promoting Carnival. And of course, it's two sides of that. We have to put our best foot forward, because you know influencers are, they're great to hype up the great things in your country, but they're quick to hype up the negative as well. And that will come, because that for them is content, and content gets likes. But we in Carnival, we're gonna do our best. They're gonna be too tired, too full, maybe too tipsy to put anything else other than positive vibes out there for Carnival. And we are very happy and very proud of what our promoters have put forward and put on the schedule this year. While I'm up here, I'm gonna start with the Carnival Foundation. The entire first week of Carnival is strictly our local events. So we are encouraging everyone to come out and support our local shows. At the end of Carnival 2025, we did a whole survey for Carnival, and one of the top things that everyone recommended is that we put in our local events that we haven't hosted in a long time. And so the entire first week is filled with those events, our pageants, our Calypso competition, and we close off that first week with a terrific concert event, the King Bobo and Friends. We're very excited about King Bobo and Friends. This is the first time we've given one of our local Calypsonians their own night to host their own show. This is something we're going to be doing every year. We just happen to start with the King of Kings, King Bobo, and his friends, which is Jacko, Brat, and Genius, will be guest appearing on his night as well. That's on the 17th. That's a Friday night. It's going to be a terrific night. The book's excited. We have a lot more self-government about that show. So we urge everyone to spread the word, encourage everybody to come out with their sticks. Come with a stick, any stick you can find, come with a stick. We have a competition starting for the best stick. So come with a stick in your hand to Carnival Village, and we're gonna have a great time. And also for us, we took the reins, the Carnival Foundation took the reins back for the One Love Reggae concert this year. That is a show that we've outsourced the last few years, but the genre is very important to us. We're risk not having it this year, but it's so important to us. We decided to take it upon ourselves to host the Reggae Night. And that concert, of course, is going to feature Grammy award-winning band Morgan Heritage and rising superstar Diani, along with many of our local reggae acts as well. So the One Love Reggae concert is on the 24th. We're very excited about that. Morgan Heritage, this is the first time they're back on St. Martin since we brought them in 2019. It's also the first time they're back since the lead singer Peter Morgan passed away. So the current lead singer now is the son of Gramps Morgan, Jamiri, and they're all very...
Again, King James, Kelvin, promoter for Concert X. Should I say that or do I go over to the podium? There it is? Okay. So yes. So Concert X is going down on April the 23rd, Thursday. Yes, it's a weekday. So I want to first start by encouraging everyone to come out early and come out on time, all right? It's a weekday event, so the show ends at 2 a.m. So we need everyone to come out early because it's a jam-packed lineup. As you know, the previous 2 years, we did Concert X, 2024, 2025, where we solely kept it to the local artists, all right? I don't like to say local artists, the St. Martin artists, okay? When I first came up with the idea, it was something to celebrate my 10th year in the music, James, but I also wanted to do something where I can give the upcoming artists the opportunities that I didn't have when I was coming up in regards to being able to perform on the big stage and it not having to be a competition as Soca Rumble, which shout out to Soca Rumble one time, road march as well. So I came up with the idea of Concert X to allow the artists to be able to just go out and do their thing and be free and don't have to worry about judging and none of those type of things because, you know, that could affect people, you know, in that moment. So that's how we did Concert X. So the first 2 years was amazing. And now the third year we decided to bump it up a bit as well as 55. I've added some international artists to the lineup as well. All right, so we started announcing some of those artists. If you could follow us on the social media pages at Concert X and get all the information. So that is one of the new additions for this year. Again, the show is to highlight the SXM artists, so we are not going to be set up where the show will be closed by these international artists, which are some of my friends. So they are here just to add that extra spark, bring that extra to the show, as well as give the SXM artists that opportunity as well to be on stage alongside these names as well. So again, I want to encourage everyone to come out early, 9 p.m.
Good afternoon. Protocol has been established, and we are elated to be here. Caribbean Flag Fest started when one of the promoters, way back then, dropped out at the very last minute. I think it was 6 weeks or 7 weeks just before Carnival. And here comes Michael. Fabiana, you have to do a show. I'm like, hello, excuse you, me? What kind of show? So Carnival it is in my blood, it's in my DNA. And I stepped up to the challenge along with 78 Inc. and Entertainment, and we sat at a table, and at that time, soca was no longer in St. Martin's Carnival. You were seeing the hip hop, the Latin, the zouk, but soca was lost. And that's where I told the guys, let's do strictly soca, and let's stick to that. And they were like, you know, they didn't see it. And here we are 11 years strong, 11 years after. So thank you to SCDF for allowing us to have a night every year into Carnival thus far. And our team started small, but we are a large team of about almost close to 40, 50 persons now. And as Michael said earlier, it takes a lot. You have to plan, you have to prepare, you have to think. you want to always, as promoters, you want to always put the best forward and you want to do better than the year before. The unique thing with Caribbean Flag Fest, we are a unique island where we have more than 100 nationalities residing here in harmony, and that's where we came about with showcasing your flag. So that's why we say our tagline, rep your flag. Repping your flag is not an option, it's a must. So we ask everyone to come out on Sunday, April 26th. It's a pre-carnival, pre-Juve event. So you have to, if you didn't start taking your vitamins, double up on it, because it's going to be, this carnival is an amazing carnival, first of all, our 55th year. Every show is a great show, from local shows way down to the very last, where burning of the mumu is concerned. And we are all about energetic music, soca music from the beginning to the end. We begin at 8 p.m., not 9 p.m. So everyone be there at 7 p.m. when the gates open. This year, we are also introducing a VIP service in a little bit of a twist. And that is where persons will be, basically it's a VIP at backstage, but then you get that extra closer glimpse to the artists that are performing. That is something that we've never had. That is something a lot of other shows have not had. So we are doing something totally different. We don't want to give this. I'm excited every year. I'm excited, but I'm more excited this year because it's the 55th year. We have some of the greatest bands, some of the best soca and the soca bands of throughout the Caribbean, international artists as well. We have this year Kester Band from Trinidad. We have Skillful Band from St. Martin. We have latest and Exodus XD from Anguilla. We have Grandmasters featuring Brandon and Chanel from ASAP Band from St. Kitts. We have the best of the two of Dominica, in our humble opinion, Triple K International and Signal Band, and that alone is a great showcase. And I think that's about it. We have our local DJs, DJ Vibes, DJ Blaze, and our first time for the French-speaking persons, we have DJ Dankers, who represents the French Creole-speaking community. And we also have for sure our host Verse, and for the first time this year, our co-host Vicky the Fox. So we are very much excited. We have the creative flag wear. Please register. We are not taking any registrations on the night of. We invite you to visit our website, flagfestsxm.com, where you can get all of our information on the night of the show, past events, as well as ticket prices. And don't forget to come with your flag, celebrate life at Caribbean Flag Fest 2026 at St. Martin Carnival 55. We are here awaiting you. Rep your flag. It's not an option, it's a must.
Minister Grisha Hailiger Martin and Minister Melissa Gums, together with the SCDF President Eduardo Rajuki, held the key that opened the gates to the festival village, leading a massive, enthusiastic, highly energized crowd behind them as they entered. Philipsburg, the 55th edition of St. Martin Carnival, officially opened on Friday, April 10th at the Jocelyn Arndell Festival Village, marking the start of what is expected to be an extended and vibrant season of cultural festivities. The officials led a large, energetic crowd through the gates, setting the tone for the island's premier cultural celebration. The opening coincided with the traditional opening jump-up, a street parade which began in the South Reward area and made its way to the festival village in Philipsburg, drawing revelers from across the island. Police maintained a strong presence along the route to ensure public safety, urging participants to adhere to regulations, including restrictions on glass bottles and unsafe behavior during the parade.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurance.
There is peer pressure and social identity. Adolescence is a stage where pure dynamics matter enormously. Some young people are drawn into risky behavior not primarily for money, but for acceptance, status, or belonging. In a small community like St. Martin Group, conflicts can escalate quickly, and online exposure can amplify reputational pressure and normalize violence. This is why credible alternatives, positive activities, mentoring, and structured pathways must genuinely compete with the status and identity offered by negative networks, said the Minister of Justice on the House of Parliament.
Then, peer pressure and social identity. Adolescence is a stage where peer dynamics matter enormously. Some young people are drawn into risky behavior, not primarily for money, but for acceptance, status, or belonging. In a small community like St. Martin, group conflicts can escalate quickly, and online exposure can amplify reputational pressure and normalize violence. This is why credible alternatives, positive activities, mentoring, and structured pathways must genuinely compete with the status and identity offered by negative networks. Finally, community safety environment. Even a motivated young person can be pulled off track when community safety is fragile. Easy access to weapons, the normalization of violence, gang dynamics, drug activity, and the intimidation can turn ordinary conflicts into severe incidents. This requires a balanced response, targeted enforcement against serious violence and weapon-related crime, combined with community-based prevention, credible alternatives, and visible guardianship in high-risk areas, so that young people experience safety and structure in their daily environment. A young person who is not in school, living in an unstable home, sees no job on the horizon, and is surrounded by a weapon culture, is a young person operating at maximum risk. Justice alone cannot fix that, but justice can be part of the solution. And I want to be clear that this analysis is not new, and it is not only the ministry's view. The Law Enforcement Council, or de Raad voor de Rechtshandhaving, in its 2013 inspection report on juvenile probation in St. Martin, stated that youth delinquency is not a new phenomenon and not a justice-only matter. Their follow-up report in 2021 explicitly called for an integral interministerial approach and noted that follow-up on those recommendations remained limited, including the non-organization of the HALT project and the absence of clear procedures. But I want to assure everybody that the ministry is now acting on those findings today. And the ministry's framework and our integrated response to the problems that I just sketched are built on 4 pillars. The first one is prevention. And let me be direct that prevention is not soft. It is the most cost-effective form of public safety. This means early identification and referral of at-risk youth, especially where school absence, loitering, or repeated low-level incidents are visible signs. Consistent coordination with schools and youth services so that the early warning signs do not become criminal cases. And community-based engagement and presence, particularly in and around schools and known hotspots, paired, of course, with clear messaging that weapons and violence are unacceptable. Then, diversion. For suitable entry-level cases, keeping young people out of the formal criminal trajectory through proportionate early intervention. Diversion is a tool for public safety. It prevents escalation, reduces recidivism, and preserves system capacity to focus on serious violence. HALT, in essence, is an early intervention program for suitable youth cases, addressing misconduct quickly, keeping young people out of formal punitive criminal trajectories, and focusing on accountability, making amends, guidance, and preventing repeat behavior. The goal is to intervene early, proportionately, and consistently so that young people do not graduate from minor wrongdoing into serious harm. Then, of course, enforcement. Firm and intelligence-led enforcement where the facts demand it, particularly for serious violence, weapons possession, and organized criminal recruitment of youth. The public is entitled to safety, and victims are entitled to protection and justice.
The agenda point is clear. It doesn't state 15 training. It states military base articles. The letter is even very clear in terms of the direction. What I didn't understand from the minister is that if we do have military-style training, it takes away from our pool of justice officials. That's a little confusing for me. Why? Because I can't just show numbers of them, but I just show them more. So it's safe to do that with statistics, said MP Egbert Doran in the House of Parliament.
We actually, through you, Mr. Chairman, with more confusion, Minister, because the agenda point is clear. It doesn't state SVT training, it states military base articles. The letter is even very clear in terms of the direction. Now, what I didn't understand from the minister is that if we do have military-style training, it takes away from our pool of justice officials. That's a little confusing for me. Why? Because I can't just throw numbers out there, but I'll just throw a number out there. My colleague Iran isn't here, so it's safe to do that with statistics. When you talk about the police, the prison, Coast Guard, Customs, I would go as far as to say maybe 60% of them went through military-style training, and that is just a fact. So when they do the military-style training, which is basically for 1 year, they get a job by the Coast Guard, they get a job by the prison, they get a job in the Customs. That is normal. So for me to hear that it takes away from the pool is a bit confusing to me. And just to be very, very clear, hence the reason you see the training in Curacao is because I'm hearing different talks about we should start our own military base here, and that's what Doran wants to do. That's absolutely not true, because I understand that we do not have the volume, we do not have the finances to push an initiative like that. Through you, Mr. Chairman, I've met with Minister Hato of Curacao, your colleague, Minister Dowers of Aruba most recently, and all of them gave their nod of approval, in essence, to be able to assist St. Martin, because even in Aruba, during IPCO, where we all were briefed as members of parliament, they have a shortage in terms of applicants. So they have a shortage in terms of applicants. we have a need for that training, or we lack that training then, so to speak. So if we're able to send 10 young men to do the training, they will then add to their volume. We pay the fees, which are also in the letter, and that's why I find it strange through you, Mr. Chairman, that the minister said that it wasn't clear. I even have a breakdown in terms of the monthly compensation per trainee at the age of 18, 1,100 guilders and 1,123 guilders. Goes straight to the age of 23 and above, 1,500 guilders. All of this is very, very clear and written in the letter. Curacao highlighted several benefits aligned with St. Martin's national objective, including stronger discipline and structure for the youth seeking direction, increased pathways into law enforcement, justice, and uniformed service careers, opportunities to reduce youth vulnerabilities and delinquency, additional training capacity that can assist the national emergencies, enhance inter-island cooperations within the kingdom. So to mention that it was not clear, I find that a bit confusing. And to the second point with regards to taking away from the pool is even more confusing, because to me that training forms the basis for said pool that we are referring to. So through you, Mr. Chairman, I'll leave my points there for now until some more clarity is given. Thank you.
Now for the weather forecast, tonight through Tuesday evening. Mostly cloudy with scattered showers and possible thunderstorms. Surface winds, tonight through Tuesday evening. Southeasterly to easterly with a light to gentle breeze at 5 to 11 m, becoming lighter and variable at times. State of the sea, slight waves, swells 2 to 4 feet outlook through Wednesday evening. Partly cloudy to cloudy at times with isolated showers and possible thunderstorms. And now your 3-day forecast.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
This week, I visited Saba, St. Eustatius, and St. Martin, 3 islands, each with their own challenges and tremendous strength, said the State Secretary of Kingdom Relations, reflecting on the first part of his working visit to the Dutch Caribbean. The visit began with stops on Saba and St. Eustatius, where the State Secretary assessed local projects, met with government officials, and engaged with community leaders to better understand the island's unique challenges and opportunities. The working visit concluded on April 10th in St. Martin, where the State Secretary, together with PM Dr. Luc Mercelina, toured several key sites and reviewed initiatives aimed at strengthening the island's infrastructure and community development. Prime Minister Dr. Mercelina emphasized the importance of the visit to St. Martin, stating, "This working visit represents more than an exchange of updates. It reflects our shared responsibility within the kingdom to ensure that St. Martin's recovery and future development are both sustainable and inclusive. We welcome the opportunity to showcase our progress, while also engaging in meaningful dialogue on the challenges that remain." Highlights of the St. Martin visit included a tour of the new library construction site and a brief commemorative ceremony marking the State Secretary's first visit. This is our SXM Daily Newscast. Thank you for joining us.